Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorn. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city.
I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you.
I admire your audacity, but it'll be the death of you. Ketheric had an army of corpses and a crumbling tower. I have a city and an army of steel. It will be better for us both to resolve our differences amicably. And I have the perfect venue for a face-to-face meeting. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
A personal invitation from Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Looks like Lae'zel started to talk about this place. A Kithrak red dragon would have displaced down around Gortash's ears in moments. Right, we'll make a save in case any other glitches happen. This is another thing I think is dumb. This is a banquet hall, and we've obviously been invited. We even have a pass. Why is nobody talking anymore? I don't hear any sound. Hold on. No, I hear footsteps.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler, and I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming. Heard about your father. The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me. He's upstairs in Wyrm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Okay, so what I was about to say is, this is a party. I should be able to pick up food and eat it without the Steel Watcher showing up to kill me. But no, if I do that, it'll be very, very unhappy. I will say that I have killed everybody in this room, and none of the loot is actually that interesting that I can recall. Nothing major.
Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit. A fate to remember, I guarantee.
Ravengard is a legend.
On my practice stuff, I generally make a beeline towards the objective, probably killing everybody in my way. That's why I know certain things and not others. For example, for this one, we want to make sure Karlach is in the party, as well as Will, for the scene coming up, so I can get a really nice cutscene.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlach. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
Well, this is our chance to save the entirety of Baldur's Gate, and you would put your father above that. What would he say? Lead the charge, Karlach. Gortash dies today.
Now you're speaking my language.
That's not a charge.
Karlach!
Stand down, villain. The Steel Watch commands it.
Don't fucking touch me! Gortash! Face me, you fucking asshole!
Ah, Apologies for the disruption, my friends. We appear to have guests. Please do come forward. I believe we have business. If you'll excuse me a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Where did that thing take Carla?
To a holding cell where she can cool down. I wouldn't dare harm such an old friend, but I can't have her disturbing our fate. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Alright, so at this point, I just wish that I had the option to hand him the Netherstone. Not because I'm trying to favor Gortash, but we have here a politician, and on the other side, Orin, the assassin. Handing him the Netherstone then means that he will try, likely, to defend himself against Orin, and Orin will want at least 2 Netherstones. I assume having more is better. Meaning that she'll be on the offensive, and he'll be on the defensive, right? Maybe. At the very least, it would put these two powers against each other, and we can swoop in after the smoke clears to pick up the pieces. But this is not an option for us.
Why is the crown failing?
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
Your plan seems very flawed. What kind of understanding could you possibly suggest?
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
Perhaps she and I can be allies.
You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters. But she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
You want me to believe you mean no harm to the city?
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
He wants what we want. Orin dead, and the Elder Brain subjugated. An alliance would serve us well.
As allies, it seems none of you can be trusted. You, Orin, Ketherick.
So Ketherick was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise, but you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketherick and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me.
You mean to tell me you have no ambition? Examine Gortash's body language and expressions. Can I trust him?
We'll just do all this stuff right in front of him. Also, we're having this highly charged conversation in front of all the other noblemen, talking about how he is working with Ketherick and Orin. Not too many people are probably named Ketherick, I would assume.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
All right. I'm not actually sure if there are any ramifications for agreeing, but I will say that if you agree, you get an inspiration.
Very well. I pledge my solemn oath. I will defeat Orin, and we shall be allies.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun. Let me demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
You, Orin, Ketherick the Brain, what was your plan?
First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketherick Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God.
Okay, so assuming that even if there was some sort of magic emplacement that kept all these noble people from hearing his master plan here, there's an echo. That echo suggests to me that everybody should be hearing this.
Karsus' crown must hold untold power. How did you find it?
Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that.
And so begins your tyranny.
Our tyranny? And we are saviors. Defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault.
Very clever.
More importantly, just. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
I wouldn't dream of missing it.
Then we proceed. The patriarchs await. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Garlic attacks, Will disapproves. I agree to Gortash, Will disapproves.
Enver Gortash,
Swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Why can't I tadpole Ravengard to chop off Gortash's head here?
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
Nod.
Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
What's this? Feels like I've lost something.
Okay, this is a little late, but sure. Absolute Confidence Amulet. Performance +1. Intimidation -1. And we became an Oathbreaker yet again. Just like the 6th time during this playthrough. Not a big deal for us. If we objected to the ceremony, we would end up in battle with Gortash, and I will tell you that battles take a really long time. I also did try killing Gortash here by using explosive barrels. Also, Duke Ulder Ravengard does have a magic sword that does intrigue me. However, me trying to get it does make the whole establishment hostile to me, so we'll leave it alone for now. As for him telling me to don't come empty-handed, this is supposed to be an alliance. I'm not his subordinate, but whatever. Let's talk to some of these noble people.
The Steel Watch has made an impenetrable fortress out of the Sword Coast crown jewel. I can't think of a better endorsement for Gortash than that.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people, the right people.
Of course, the right people.
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
An Archduke! Finally, someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists.
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
In some of those letters with the Raphael business, Porter was a name that came up. These are all level 1 people, though. I understand that people who aren't adventuring all the time aren't necessarily going to reach 1,000 experience points or whatever to become level 2, but you would assume that non-combat tasks could also count towards increasing your ability to survive damage. Since hit points are theoretically, or last I knew back in the 2nd edition, that hit points were theoretically your ability to cope with damage. A character with 100 hit points taking a 10 damage swing versus a character with 12 hit points taking a 10 damage swing. That's just, it isn't that the first character is necessarily bulkier and has more life. It's that he is better at making sure that hit doesn't pierce his vitals or something. Anyways, I don't see why all these guys have to be level 1. I don't know. I mean, I get it from a, I guess, general game design standpoint, but if I were a DM, and maybe this just means that I'm a newbie to it, but I would assume that maybe nobles should have 1 or 2 levels because of all the work they do, supposedly.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn.
I'm here to help you. Florrick sent me.
Help me? Ah, the Black Widow caught you in her web. Florrick chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of a furnace. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
Punished? Florrick must be locked up somewhere, assuming she's still alive.
Connect with Ravengard's parasite to seek information about Florrick.
Within Ravengard's memories, you find Counsellor Florrick. She is confined in a cell right here in Wyrm's Rock.
The sun rises, true soul. Are you ready?
The Absolute's time has come. She will bring glory to the city.
Not just glory. Paradise. Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. And it will be Gortash who ignites the final spark.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
Call on your tadpole. Explore Ravengard's uncertainty.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by Lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
The true Ravengard is still clinging on somewhere in that mine. It might not be too late for him.
Have we finished then?
Incredible. To hear my father's voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. But there's still a glimmer of him in there, calling for release. I feel it. I know it. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
All of these doors are off limits to us, and there's a bunch of other party goers that we'll talk to, and everybody pretty much supports Duke Gortash or Archduke Gortash, except for maybe like 2 people here. But all of these doors lead out to the balcony, which then you can use to try to fly up to the next floor. Also, Mizora would like to say something to us.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated.
Yeah, if you step out of the banquet hall and keep someone watching Duke Ravengard, you'll watch him as he leaves the throne room and just out one of the doors and disappears. Like basically how many of your NPCs despawn.
Already? I thought Gortash should want to keep him around.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
I'm pretty sure that per the terms of this alliance, this counts as harming us, so alliance is already off.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Will, hold on. No. Stop. Stop this. It's time to stop. That's the meme, right? You can say that she's planning and scheming all you want, but it is on you. It is your responsibility whether or not you want to accept whatever terms and offers she gives you. This is on you, dude. Let's see here.
Where's Gortash taking your father, do you think?
I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. Let's make camp when we're able. Mizora will be waiting. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
I don't have a problem with do-gooders or warlocks or any of that. I do have a problem with him.
Work and stonework. This place is far out of balance with nature. But the Oak Father will reclaim this all, eventually.
Not too soon, I hope. I have a craving for a soft bed, a hot bath, and a large glass of Arabellan Dry. None of which I've ever found hidden under a log.
You may thrive, but what of other life? A city is no place for wild creatures.
Cities teem with life. Rats, pigeons, flies. They count no less, for all their more pestilent qualities.
Alright, what was it saying? But yeah, I don't have a problem with warlocks or do-gooders or any of that. I just... Will needs to accept that it's his responsibility to sign the pact with Warlock or not sign. That is on him. We cannot go back up to Gortash and ask him, like, what'd you do with the father, or let Karlach out. None of those are options. If we cast Disguise on Karlach, she's not in our party right now, and then she leaves the prison, she will have the Fugitive marker on her for 15 odd turns. And of course, we're also here to break out Counsellor Florrick. The game doesn't care that she's disguised. The game knows that's Counsellor Florrick, so the guards will also attack her. Additionally, I have, on one of my attempts, I probably think my third attempt, because I was trying to make this as smooth as possible, my third attempt, after leaving, the guards actually did attack me, but I do think that's because I was messing around with disguise functions at the time. So don't use seeming scrolls. Just walk out. You don't even need invisibility. We will go ahead and try to do so, because I want to try not killing the guards for once. Out of the 3 or so attempts I've done of this, of breaking out Counsellor Florrick, I've killed the guards every time. And this just happened to be that way. It was the easiest solution where I got caught or something like that. Take a look at this prison log. Record of prisoners charged before the people of Baldur's Gate. Let no prisoner be released from neither their cell nor Wyrm's Rock proper without my explicit consent. Presume every detainee an absolutist spy until they provide me substantial evidence to the contrary. Baldur's Gate must be kept secure. Earspoon, that's the dude in the Sharessa's Caress who told us where to find the guild. He's absolved and released with prejudice on Gortash. Otto-Ott, detained. Counsellor Florrick. Treason, awaiting execution. Karlach, criminal threat, detained.
The guard is fast asleep.
Bathed in a tendy. Ate all the onions.
Listen closely to the guards babbling.
Old man Otto. Back here again. Cell stinks like an old cabbage. 3 bowls of the stew.
Excuse me.
What now?
Goodness, how embarrassing. I had a heavy lunch. Welcome to Wyrm's Rock Prison, the 5th nail, wee jail. What's your business?
Duke Ravengard has sent me to interrogate Florrick.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, let's go and burn another inspiration on that.
Last cell on the left. And give that traitor a what for. She'll know what for. Hang on, I'll let you through. Well, in you go. And don't feed the prisoners. Makes them cocky.
This is the direction that you might enter from if you emerged from the crack in the side of the fortress. Here's a storeroom, and then there's a crack in the wall. I have no idea what reason this exists. It's just a tunnel with no doors, no nothing. Why would anybody build a hallway like that? I understand that we can use this to sneak around, but I'm not really sure sneaking is really that valid of an option here.
Get me out of here, now!
Now, she is still equipped with her armor and such, but her weapons and inventory are in this equipment chest, which I do think is a little odd, considering she is an Eldritch Knight. Like our Warlock, she has created an unholy Eldritch bond with her soul, pacting with this weapon that lasts until the next day, or until you get arrested, apparently. I think if I were to pick up the bound weapon, it would be stuck on that character, so we're not going to loot it. There is one patrolman. We need to watch out for him.
It's over. He's too far gone. You're too late. It's over.
By Avernus. Florrick.
Oh, don't be dramatic. I can unlock this cell blindfolded. You'll be out in no time.
You don't get it. We lost. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Ulder Ravengard's husk, empty as a stare. Your father's a tadpole's puppet, Will. Nothing more. He's spoken accusations, apostasy, conspiracy, sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns.
The hell's with that. Nothing is over. Not while I still draw breath.
Ravengard's not lost. I felt him reach out to me.
You felt him. Extraordinary. Maybe what is lost can be found. When the people need a miracle, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. Ulder's words. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Unlock my cell. Escort me out of Wyrm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades.
That's a bit ludicrous. I understand that, I guess, Duke Ravengard is supposed to be important to Baldur's Gate. However, the canon storyline of Baldur's Gate goes that the hero from Baldur's Gate 1 was eventually what Duke Ravengard is now. So Ravengard served the first guy, I think his name by like the infamous book. It's infamous because the author sent in his draft and expecting it to be corrected and get some pointers about which direction to go. And the company just published the book. That's what I had heard. Anyway, so the dude's name is Abdel something. And he was basically what is Duke Ravengard now. And Duke Ravengard was just his apprentice or something like that. Obviously, this is a position that is going to see more than one person. And having that one person either be disabled or even working for the enemy should not render Counsellor Florrick so hopeless. Really? Is she that weak-willed that this setback makes her say, I'm just gonna sit here and whine and cry? And she's talking about how she's got allies, her connections. She's sitting here in this cell rotting. Where are those allies and connections? It wasn't very hard for us to get in here, mind you. We had a pass, which if you didn't have the pass, you could sneak in or give 20,000 gold, I suppose, to the Flaming Fist. Someone could get in here, right? Again, this is just me overthinking it, but man, some of this stuff just seems really out of place to me.
Agreed. I'll find a way to unlock your cell.
Hurry.
The guard is returning. I have tried ambushing the guard in some remote part of the dungeon. He just makes a regular patrol path between this corner and this corner. And no matter where he gets attacked, these guys will enter battle with you. That's obnoxious. I do want to try to not cause bloodshed, not because I care about these soldiers, but because I want to try something different. Every time I've entered this dungeon, I have killed these guys. We'll go ahead and lockpick this. And as long as he doesn't see you lockpicking, opening the door, or closing the door, or seeing Karlach step out of her cell, there is no battle. Yet. You can even have a conversation with Karlach with the door open. He does not care.
Finally! Let's get out of here!
The Steel Watch made short work of you. We need to be more careful going forward.
Those bastards are tough. I won't let that happen again. But I will stick something sharp in Gortash's heart the second it's safe to do. You'll help me, right?
We may need Gortash to save the city.
Then we need to keep him around long enough to get what we need. And not a moment longer. All right.
I'll give you my word.
Good. I'm going to hold you to it.
I can live with that. Let's get out of here.
Good. I'm not in the mood to murder anyone but that fucker Gortash.
Now, it takes a little bit for the game to register her joining my party, and if she joins your party and is detected, this shows initiative, but no battle actually happens. You can see that nothing has actually happened. We're not in battle right now. I think Astarion goes here. We'll ungroup Karlach, and we'll actually have her step out for a second to begin her timer. You see it's now at 17, and then we'll just tuck her back in where she hopefully will not get seen by anybody. And by the time we finish talking to Florrick, the timer will probably be expired, and don't forget that she was ever a prisoner in here. Alright, Astarion, you need to unlock this as well. Nothing to see here, Arvaris. You can go. Go away. Be gone. Again, it'll just be so much easier to kill him. But I want to try something different. I want to try not killing people. I think tabletop players call it murder hoboing. So I don't know if it's still murder hobo if you actually have a reason to do so, as in deliberately breaking your characters out of jail to further the good of the world, because they imprison a nobleman under false pretenses. Is that murder hoboing? I don't know. Alright. We'll go ahead and... She does not have it. Pass this to Karlach. Clicks down here now.
Come on, let's go.
Pass it on yourself. I mean, her timer's almost up.
Don't want to think about why my eye is itching.
This is why I have the scrolls. How many times I gotta click this?
Don't mind if I do. Have to keep going.
Alright. Now we're able to traipse on out of here. This is probably the way you'll want to take if you don't want to walk past any guards. I have successfully, very easily, once I've murdered all the guards down here, just walked on out with Florrick in full view, not invisible. And the Steel Watchers, they don't even care. However, during one of my tests, as I mentioned when I was messing around with these guys, there's definitely a flag there that has them attack you. I can't say that this will always work if they eventually patch this.
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off.
I'd like to trade with you.
Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist.
Lord Gortash himself told me to speak with you about my requirements. Were you not informed?
Course I bloody wasn't. Too busy ordering more of those mechanical monstrosities to tell me. I suppose you can take a look, but make it quick.
She doesn't actually have anything that I remember worthwhile, but I mean, we'll just go and buy one item. Not that she'll be happy about it.
Stay sharp, stranger. In these times, all we can trust are the blades in our hands.
We'll be home in no time.
Now, what happens if you bring Florrick into the banquet hall? I know the answer to that, but
Hated this place. Such ado about a damned bridge.
It's just a bridge. Is it really worth all that ire?
Come on. Isn't there something you hate for no good reason?
I dislike owls. Their hypermobile necks are quite disconcerting.
You know what, Lay? I couldn't agree more.
I always think that they're done, and then they have more to say. So what happens if we try to enter the banquet hall with Florrick in tow?
Now's not the time for wandering. You can explore once I'm out of Wyrm's Rock.
Agreed. Let's get you to safety.
Or for us.
Actually, could I use flight and stuff to get... No, she probably would still... Even if I was to try to fly my way up Wyrm's Rock, she'd probably still have that same dialogue. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. We'll walk her into Baldur's Gate. This is the direction of Baldur's Gate right here. Hi, nothing to see here. Just Counsellor Florrick on a stroll.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out.
It's the least we could do. Your faith in this city should inspire us all.
Speaking of inspiring, perhaps you'd be able to inspire some allies of your own.
Yes, I have some connections in the upper city. Perhaps they'll heed our call. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Perhaps they'll help us? You sounded so sure when you were in prison. She flip-flops a lot.
So many dark nooks and crannies. This fortress is a lurker's paradise.
Would you not prefer basking in the sun, like a lizard, now that it no longer blisters your pretty skin?
Old habits die hard, darling. Surely you know that.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others.
Sure, if you want me to tell them you were trying to steal their belongings.
I'm no thief. I was going to pay it back. Eventually. I needed the gold.
Needed it for what?
I'm getting out of here. Taking a ferry down the coast to get me home. Those bloody crooks at the docks are charging triple, though. Danger money. It's a joke.
What's got them so spooked?
You haven't heard? An army is coming. They're saying it's unstoppable. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this.
And the guards are not waking up with all his crying.
You seem capable from where I'm standing.
I'm not a soldier. I only joined for the uniform and a warm bed. They're better off without me. I'm scared. All I want is to go home.
Tough. You signed up to be a soldier. What did you expect? There's nothing in any of these chests, except maybe a note that says, I know you're stealing from us. Does it make you feel proud? Because the Flaming Fists have had an internal thieving problem, so they know it's one of them. if you were to call alert.
Well, most people are idiots, Will. You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of sweets.
The people aren't stupid, Astarion. They're scared. Gortash provoked a damned war, and then promised them safety.
Safety, sweets, it's the same principle.
Yeah, if you say, "Hey guards, wake up! There's a thief," he'll run away. You don't get a reward or anything, and they kick you out. They're not really happy that you're in the barracks in the first place.
I don't know.
There is a magic item back here. Now that we've already escorted Florrick out, it's a little bit difficult to adequately get into. We'll give this a shot. First, we'll go ahead and cast Light. Put up Tran. Cast Guidance on you. Which I can't select Will by mouse clicking. I can by using my hotkeys, such as my key bindings, but clicking while you're casting a spell never does anything. We'll go ahead and cast Greater Invisibility on Astarion. And hopefully he'll be able to pass his subsequent checks.
I'll be home in no time.
I almost believed you this time.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here.
I'm clicking.
What are you waiting for?
Your character, I think because your character is lifting off, you have to finish waiting for that animation before he's allowed to move. You get the flame enameled armor. We'll look at that in a minute. I don't think there's anything else that really jumps out at me. Yeah, just some regular +1s. Light wore off. When does my invisibility wears off in 3 turns? Alright, let me grab this note and then we'll just warp across the counter.
To us. We'll tell them what happened. Home in no time.
Alright, so the note we took was some comfort. Hey you, I was here before you and all I can say is good luck. These flaming fist folk do not mess around. I've seen them do bad things to people who deserve something, maybe, but not what they got. I'm scared. Maybe this will comfort you, knowing someone was scared before. You ain't the scared cat type. Either way, take it breezy and easy, and keep your chin up. Gonna be okay. Probably before he is executed. The flame enameled armor, you gain a +2 bonus to initiative rolls. Sounds good. It's a medium armor as well, so many classes can wear that. You have resistance to fire damage and a +2 bonus to saving throws. Alright, I mean, that's nice. The initiative rolls is great. Disadvantage on stealth checks, okay. And fire shield warm. Alright, this sounds like a pretty good thing. It'd be funny to put it on Astarion.
What my friend means to say is that the witness...
Not that you can tell it's Astarion under the cowl.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here.
Also, if you care, this is the note from the doppelgangers in the Harper hideout. You won't have to wear those Harper smiles much longer. Orin has given the order. Kill the crone, but not before you tell her how her little soldiers died. Preserve some hair or sinew if you can. The Chosen would like to string a harp of her own. Well, that actually, I like the sound of that. Man, Orin or Auntie Alpha would get along with your character so well. All right, now we're gonna head back up.
Never wanted the easy path.
We freed the people that were in need. To begin with, we're going to have Will start by casting an illusion spell to draw the guard. Not enough space. To draw the guard away from the door. Because every check that I have, I'm invisible. The DC gets higher and higher. Alright, I'm gonna go and cast Greater Flight. Well, not Greater Flight, Grant Flight, and then Greater Invisibility. Go to tactical camera mode. Wait, where's my flight? Oh, Greater Invisibility. Okay. Can't cast. That's fine. That's okay. It's a concentration spell. That's why it broke. That's why when I was in the armory earlier, I did it in the correct order. I guess I was hesitating because my wife just messaged she's on her way home now, so I was trying to rush through and I messed that up.
Let's be quick.
There are lots of little traps around. We'll just move on through. It's okay.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap.
And while there's a great deal to search, we will more closely investigate this region when we have, I don't know if earned is the right way, I guess made progress to this location, but I just wanted to steal the stuff now. Similar to how I stole the things from, what's his name, Ketherick, when we were just checking out the tower. We hadn't fought him yet, and we still stole his undead ring.
Be very, very quiet.
Opulent chest. We'll just grab that. We'll worry about what it actually is later. Behind this painting.
What's that? Stepping softly.
He's encumbered. We're gonna chuck some bunch of stuff off of him in a second. Alright, let's just pass that and that to Tran. These to Tran. And we'll send these to Camp. And hopefully that's enough. You may have to drink another one in a second here once I hit the take all button. No, okay. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, we'll check all that out once we actually belong here. But I just wanted this stuff. Five seconds left. That's plenty of time. We could also use a scroll of feather fall, but this is fine. Asterion happens to be carrying flight, so he could be more of a cat burglar. I mean, I've got 20 in Will's pocket, right, or Will's stuff right now, Will's inventory, but it's just faster to do it this way. All right, let's get out of here before anybody notices. Not that anybody should be concerned about us at this point. Then I'll also show you what happens when I send Karlach to talk to Gortash. The dialogue appears to take place in that room we were just in. So maybe it's not supposed to be available to do right now, but I did notice it when I was just testing things, throwing things at the wall. Let's see what we get. We found the Servitor of the Black Hand Gloves. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 force damage, and you can cast Fear. Cool. Some cover, we already saw that. Shield, Steward, Interrogation Log, Scroll, or Letter. I guess we can take a look at this because this was in the chest. Transcript of Key Passage and Interrogation of Flovis Nuge, Steward of the Knights of the Shield Hall, Black Hand.
When did you begin to suspect that Duke Stelmane was not herself?
Nuge. I cleared her dinner dishes after a meal of mutton pie, but when I got the dish up to the kitchen, the mutton was brains.
Brains?
Not sheep brains, neither, so I started poking around.
In the elf song cellar?
In a knight's secret chambers, yes. And I found a cell with a body in it, a corpse in city prison stripes.
A dead state prisoner?
If I tell you about this, you're going to let me go, right?
Right.
It was a condemned criminal with the top of their head shattered and the brain mostly gone.
In Stelmane's rooms?
The secret part, yes. That's where she found me.
She what?
Found me. It found me. At first I thought she was blue and floating, but then it was just Stelmane. She smiled. I don't remember anything after that. Alright, and let's see here. Where's the stair? There you are.
What a day.
The other item we found, I guess we got this book here, Accelerated Grand Design. The key points. As top leaders in the Baneite hierarchy, to effectively implement what the Maud Alhun, known as Blue Apex, named the Accelerated Grand Design, it's important that you understand its broad outlines. Don't worry about the details. Leave those to me. The central element of this plan is that our dominated Elder Brain lays illithid tadpoles that induce a state of suspended ceramorphosis in which the host does not transform into a mind flayer. Instead, the tadpole become psychic minions of the hive mind of the Elder Brain, which they perceive as a goddess, a deity of the conquest called the Absolute. This Absolute, however, obeys the commands of the Chosen of the Dead Three, and needless to say, as Bane is the god of tyranny, our allies who worship Baal and Merkel must in the end defer to us. We also found while we were there Hell Dusk Boots. You cannot be forcibly moved by a foe's spells or actions, and you ignore the effects of difficult terrain. When you fail a saving throw, you may use your reaction to succeed instead. And the Hellcrawler ability, teleport to an area and deal 2 to 16 fire damage where you land. The impact blast spreads in a 3-meter zone. Huh. I wonder if I could manage to combine this with my Hammercraft. Probably not. This requires teleport, but it does specifically say where you land afterwards. Still, it'd be something I play around with. And finally, we found the Elixir of Health somewhere in there. Cures any disease, removes blind and paralysis and poison conditions. Big whoop. You can probably just cast Lesser Restoration to be done with it.
That should tell you something.
Alright, let's go ahead and send... Where are you, Karlach? There you are. Let's go ahead and send Karlach to end things off. If you send Karlach to talk to Gortash on his own, on his lonesome, you get what you might expect from Karlach. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Baldur's Gate 3. I'll see you next time.
A lackey once more, eh, Karlach? Pitiful. Bring your leader if you wish to speak to me. I don't waste time on flunkies.
Gods, I can't wait to kill you.
Not if I kill you first.